Okay, guys, anyone that knows anything about Arbonne will know that it is in massive, massive, explosive momentum, particularly in New Zealand. Now, I'm privileged to be talking to two incredible leaders from New Zealand, straight out of Tauranga. They are absolutely crushing this business. I can't wait to find out how they're doing it. Welcome, guys, to Matiu and Dylan, all the way from Tauranga, New Zealand. How are you guys?
Good, everyone.
Hi. Hey, guys, thanks for joining us. It's a real privilege to have you here. I'm going to get stuck right into it because we're going to do a really awesome quick Q&A in a little while. Hey, guys, how did Arbonne find you two champions?
Okay, I'll start with this one. So, Arbonne found us in 2016 when it first launched into New Zealand. So my cousin Lara Burrell from the Gold Coast, she brought the opportunity over to us in New Zealand, and the first day that it launched into New Zealand, I signed up on that day.
Wow.
So I heard about it like a week before it actually launched into New Zealand. My cousin was telling me all about it, and to be honest, I was just like, yeah, okay, I'll do it to support you. That was my thing, because I knew she was doing it in Australia. I didn't know exactly what it was though. I just knew what she was doing. And yeah, the day that it launched into New Zealand, I just signed up. To be honest, I didn't really have anything in my mind that was stopping me from joining at the time. I just jumped in and joined because it was only $100 at the time for us here in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Only $75 now, but yeah, I just thought $100, you know, that's pretty cheap. That's like a night out here in New Zealand. So I just signed up and then came straight home and told Dils all about it.
Yes, he did. Yeah, and that's pretty much where I kind of got introduced to this business. I remember sitting outside while Matiu was going through this whole spiel. You know, I was like, okay, what are you doing? You know, what is this thing all about? Yeah. And, you know, when I first heard about it, to be completely honest, I pretty much turned my nose up to it at first.
Okay, got it.
I didn't really understand. And I mean, at the time, Matiu and I were both working in hospitality. He was working full-time as a hotel manager, one of the hotels here in Tauranga. And I was working at another hotel, minimum wage, also studying full-time at the time. And, you know, when I looked into this opportunity, I didn't really understand or comprehend just how powerful it was and just what it was going to allow us to create. So I ended up going along to a presentation over in Rotorua at the library there, and we literally were the only two people in the room. Like,
wow.
We listened to the full opportunity and we looked at all the products and stuff, and it wasn't until I actually went to something physical in person, or I actually was presented with the information in full, that it made sense. You know, and it wasn't until I started, you know, going back into my everyday life where, you know, some of the limiting beliefs, you know, for me started coming. Matiu was fine. He's ideal consultant material.
Because when I first offered Dils, he was like, no,
yeah.
I don't think we should do that.
Yeah. Well, that kind of leads me into my next question, guys. What were the kind of fears and hesitations you had when this opportunity was presented? You know, what sort of came up for you?
Well, after I watched the presentation in Rotorua and heard like how it actually ran, because I just kind of signed up so quickly that I didn't really get a chance to wrap my head around how things work. And then when I was listening to my first Discover Arbonne, I heard about how we share the opportunity and learnt more about the products. And then I think that's when I started getting limiting beliefs. I think I watched a presentation saying how much you could earn at district and then area, and I was thinking, oh, that can't be possible, surely. And then I guess, well, I was educated about the products too. I didn't realise, like, I was using supermarket products. So I learned so much at that presentation about products and about myself. I didn't, because I was already a consultant, and I thought, okay, if I want to grow this, I'd better start to do what my leader's telling me. But it seemed really impossible. I didn't think that I had networks that I could offer this to. I was quite busy at the time as well. I was finishing a bachelor's degree and working full-time.
Wow.
So I okay, maybe I just jumped in a bit too fast. So that's, I guess, when all the limiting beliefs started coming through, and so.
And my ones weren't until I really started getting into the business. Like, I had a few fears, I'm a little bit too rough, I'm a little bit too outspoken, I'm a little bit too, all of these different kind of, qualities that, I thought weren't going to be attractive for, being in this kind of business. And to be completely honest, I went through, I thought that I had to completely change myself. I thought I had to be this really polished, well-presented, professional person that knew absolutely everything about products, absolutely everything about network marketing. And as a result of that, it really did freeze me for a little bit. But it wasn't until we started, using the tools and the things that we, the development, getting really clear with the things we wanted to achieve. That was how we were able to push past them. And, it wasn't a quick success. We're in massive momentum now. But that really, was a result of a decision that I'm sure we'll get into a little bit later. But, just, the common fears, just like everybody else, worrying about what other people are going to think of me, worrying if I'm going to succeed, or if I'm, we'll get a bit vulnerable here, worrying if I'm, am I actually good enough, or am I enough to be successful?
Yeah.
And also, taking a look at some of the other success stories that was out there from people that were successful. And for me, I looked at these people and I didn't know anybody, and I couldn't align with people that were like myself.
Right. Got it.
I really got into my journey in this business that I realized that, there's no one going to be out there like yourself. You need to really step into your strength and be yourself, because people are out there looking for people like you. So it wasn't, I guess I really gave myself that permission to be, myself, and to own everything that was, I guess, a result of my life so far. It was when things started to change for us. So, it's a little bit of the long answer.
That's okay. That's okay, guys. What I'm hearing is that you started using the products, right? You started getting belief in the products, and then from the sounds of it, I think you guys started doing some self-development. By the sounds of it, you started sort of growing into the leaders that you've become. Is that fair to say?
Yes. Yeah. Maybe I wasn't as strong with my personal development when I started, but I did realize right then and there I needed to do that.
Yeah. And for myself, I'd never kind of been exposed to personal development. I thought that the way that the world was just how it was, and if you get dealt a hand of cards, that's what you get dealt with. It wasn't until I read The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, one of the first books that I read coming into this business, where literally that first chapter, take responsibility of your life. Wow. Wow. And just like, we used the products, we loved them, we did little things here or there haphazardly, it wasn't, we weren't very consistent, we weren't really treating it like a business, but we did do a lot of personal development, and that's something that I'm really grateful for that we did do, and I guess it speaks in terms of the way that we're able to overcome things, and the way that we're able to deal things.
And we had no nutrition when it was first launched into New Zealand for a whole we kind of grew at the start. We didn't know Arbonne had nutrition.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly been a game changer. And I just want to go back, Dylan, what you said. And one of the people I really love, one of the philosophers I really love and follow, his name's Jim Rohn, and he said one of the highest forms of human maturity is accepting responsibility for yourself. And I really love that you said that, because in this business, it's all about our responsibility. And after a while, it becomes our responsibility to our teams, to the community, and really, by extension, our responsibility to the world, really, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, now listen, guys, there's going to be an army of people asking, how are you superstars growing your business? We want to know.
You want to start? Where do we start? Wow.
Well, I guess for me, it came from like what Dill said, like really being yourself and being authentic.
Yeah.
I think for, like he said, for the first year or two, I was trying to be other people and trying to be other leaders and copying and trying to imitate. But it wasn't really until I was legit myself on my social media, on my stories, and just being more confident speaking in front of people. That's when I decided in my head, right, it's time now. I feel like I'm ready. And then, it's just something every day is what we're doing. One small thing every day that moves your business towards it really is.
Yeah.
I'd like to add, one of the biggest things that I guess really not delayed, because, everyone runs their journey at a different pace, different time, and we love that. But, I was too busy trying to reinvent the wheel. And reinventing the wheel was a big thing. I was like, I'm not going to do parties because, that's not my thing. People won't like that. I'm not going to do this because, I'm not, I don't have people in my network that are like that. But it wasn't until we really went back to our system and went back to the income producing activity that we get all the tools in this business. We literally get everything handed to us on a plate. It's just up to us to get out there and share it with the masses. But it wasn't until we really went back to our system, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would have systems in your own nations and your own teams and stuff. Like, biggest thing is whatever kind of system you've got, follow that system, because the system is put in there for a reason, and you've got leaders that have been created, and you would have come into this opportunity as well from that. So seriously, follow your system. And I mean, for us, and I love that Matiu said, getting more confident with being yourself, stepping into your true authentic self doesn't have to be painful. Like, all it is it's just giving yourself permission to be who it is that you are, regardless of whatever Tom, Dick and Harry have to say. At the end of the day, Tom, Dick and Harry aren't paying your bills.
Exactly.
And it's such a freeing experience as well when you're able to truly be authentic to yourself, because that's when you're going to magnetize the people in your business that are meant to be there. So anyway, I digress. But income producing activity looks like to us, the same things that we do in this business. We share the products with people, we share the opportunity with people, and we teach other people how to do the same. And, just doing...
That's the system.
Yeah, absolutely. As opposed to doing, a mountain of work one day and then doing nothing for a couple of days. Break it down into smaller chunks of things that can be, that can grow your business. But for us, it's all about, we're quite heavily present on social media, and that's something that works for us. And just going on from that, if that's something that you're going, I'm not good at social media, I'm not too sure, don't worry. Like, we legit had no idea where to start.
Yeah.
Putting stuff out there. Don't get caught up on the captions. Don't get caught up on saying the right thing, because you're never going to say the wrong thing to the right person, right?
Exactly.
So, doing a little bit of social media every single day, reaching out to people, following up with, people in your also, people that are keeping a really good record of those people and not overcomplicating it. Like, just keep it really simple. And I mean, sometimes, and for me especially, you can seem to overcomplicate it in your head, but really, if we just go back to those real basic fundamentals in this business, which is products, sharing the business, and teaching others to do the same. Like,
100%. What I'm hearing, mate, is stay consistent, share the products with passion and authenticity, and the rest will take care of itself, right? Now, guys, I've got to ask you a question. There might be people that are going to watch this down the track or down the track that are sitting on the fence, right? They want more in their life. They want more money. They want more time. It could be they want more health. That's a very predominant one. What would you say to anyone that's sitting on their fence about thinking about joining the Arbonne opportunity?
I would say, well, for myself, you really have nothing to lose, honestly. With such a small sign-up fee, like compared to other traditional businesses, to start your own business, like the sign-up fees are just next to nothing, really, compared to what it is. And I guess,
Yeah, anyone sitting on the fence. I was asked a question, and you guys probably would have been asked this too. But when I sat in that room, in the empty room at Rotorua, I was asked the question: if you kept doing what you're doing today, where will you be in 5 years' time? And going back a little bit, I was working minimum wage. I was studying, full time, because I thought at the time that was the safe way, to create success and prosperity in life. Go back to school, study. But it wasn't until someone asked me, if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years' time? And I was damn sure I was not going to be pouring beers and making coffees, past the age of 30. It was just a no from me. And I've come from hospitality, for so many years. And, just dealing with, the ish. Sorry, I've got a bit of a potty mouth, but that's okay. But try and refrain. But, just the ish that society slaps you with sometimes.
Yeah.
Just knowing, guys, like, what you're doing right now, is that bringing you closer towards the dreams that you have for you and your family? If nothing changes, nothing will change. So best advice, if you're sitting on the fence, go to whoever's offered you this opportunity and just be authentic with them. Say, look, these are my limiting beliefs. These are my fears. These are things that I'm not too sure about them. Can you please share with me how you overcame them? So speak to, the person that's introduced you to the business, but also realize that we're only on this planet once. And we personally are not on this planet, to go to work, pay bills and die. Like, there's so much more out there than just, being in this rat race and this mouse wheel, I like to call it. So speak to whoever invited you and they can help you move forward.
Sensational, mate. So my advice is, if you're sitting on the fence, fall down on the side of yourself. Okay. Now, guys, what we're going to do now, we've got this power couple here. We're going to open it up to some Q&A, guys. You ready for that?
Bring it on.
So does anyone got any questions they want to ask this power couple that we can, they're going to answer questions for people that are going to watch this down the track? Now, we've got Edwards. Edward really loves that he tells all these marathon runners run their own race. That tells your story. Super. Owen loves the attitude. Sign up and work it out. Owen's got a question. Here we go. So, mate, you're unmuted there, Owen. We can't hear you, mate. Hang on. Sorry, Owen. There we go.
I'm muted.
Here we go.
Hey, Owen.
There you go. Love it. Love your attitude. Thank you for jumping on. My question is just about your system a bit more. I just wanted to sort of dig a bit into that. Do you have like a tick sheet? Do you say I'm reaching out to 5 new prospects every day, or just a bit more nitty gritty on that, if you don't mind?
Did you want me to start first, or do you want to go yours?
Well, we have like a thing with our DMO, is our daily method of operation. So it is kind of like a checklist, but it just breaks down, I guess, different ways to share the opportunity and the products. So we follow that a lot as well, which is like ask 100 people, one-on-ones. Yeah, so that's our DMOs.
Yeah, so going, like, when you start off in your business, writing down your 100-person list, reaching out to people, sharing, that you started this new business. We get people into launches right away. We try and get launches booked in, either 1 in person or 2 online. 1 in person, 1 online. And we try and get them out as soon as possible, because with new consultants, we want them to get excited right away. We don't want them to leave them stagnant, because that's when limiting beliefs start coming in, opinions from other people, outside influences start coming in. So we want people to get excited and to start painting their picture really, really quickly. But my DMO, for an example, would be, I would, we do our personal power hour, which is also in our team, in our nation, we have what we call the miracle morning, but we call it the personal power hour. So it's when we get up, we do some mindset work, we, do some reading, do some exercise, and then we get straight into our DMO. So depending on how, quick you want to run with your business, we have, I guess, tools for all of consultants, regardless where they're at. But it literally looks like, 5 reach outs to people, whether it's warm or whether it's cold. Obviously, biggest tip when you're doing cold is make sure you build some kind of rapport person first, and no spammy copy and paste messages, because you know what, we want to really be integral and authentic and be the game changers in this business, guys. You know, like anybody can sign up into this business, which is a great thing, but also at the same time, you know, not everybody is going to make it in this business. So that's why we want to treat it like yes, everybody can, might I add, but being really integral and authentic when you're connecting with people is a big, big thing. Also following up with, you know, people on the fence. I like to do 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. You know, after I've sent out some information, 3 days later, follow up with them. Already you want to have booked in a time to catch up with them. So all of Eric worries, like his Bible is like the blueprint of network marketing. So if you haven't read GoPro, read GoPro. And then just checking in with the team. I don't spend too much time. I think we need to mute somebody there. Sweet. You know, working with the people in your team that are coming to you, like people that are coming to you saying, hey, you know, this is what I want to do this month. You know, we work a lot with the people that really want to grow this business. We love people for where they're at, 100%, but we want to work with people that want to work with us. So that's what it would look like for me. It would be, you know, asking, following up, and, you know, working with my team. There's never going to be a perfect system with just whatever works for you, like roll it into your life. But yeah.
Super, Dylan. Now listen, we've got a question from Rachel, and this is a question will come up for every single person that's ever been in Arbonne for any length of time. Her question is, and I'm going to answer this, and then I'm going to let you guys like square it right up. What is the one tip you would give to someone feeling a little lost, reaching out, getting a heap of no's? What is your one tip to keep someone still excited in Arbonne? My answer to that would be personal development, personal development, personal development. What do you reckon, guys?
Yeah, totally agree. Like what Dul said, the personal power hour, what we kind of in our team is to really set your intention for the day. Yeah. And such a strong vision that people's opinions are just going to bounce off you like a...
Love it. Yeah, got it.
Also, remember your why. Like, your why is what drives you in this business. So if you've got a strong why, then those opinions really won't matter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Got it.
My biggest tip is to just show up. You know, show up where you're at, show up to every single call. You know, show up to every single call, go to the physical Discover Arbonnes. And that's one thing that I love is in person, because sometimes, you know, when you're feeling a little bit lost, and heck yeah, I've been there many different times in my Arbonne business, but, you know, showing up to the events, sometimes they have, we say this thing, you know, either the Discover Arbonne needs you or you need the Discover Arbonne. So heading along to your local events, and stop hiding behind social media, guys. Get out there, meet people. You know, that's something that I definitely did. But yeah, I just want to read that once again. Reaching out, getting a bunch of no's. Biggest tip, guys, is wake up every day thinking and setting that intention, who can I help today? You know, instead of, you know, going, how can I get QV? How can I sign people up? Think, who can I help today? Because what you're doing is you're sending an intention out there, you're creating an energy, and what you put out there is what you're going to receive back. So just keep pushing through, and please, just whatever you do, keep going. And if, you know, you have a shit day, excuse my language, you know, start again today. Just start again like a brand new consultant and get to work, and it'll all be worth it, I promise.
Super, guys. In one sentence, the only way you can fail in this business is to quit. Do not quit, right, guys? Well, is there any more questions? Because we're going to wrap it up, guys. These guys have been like game changers, right? Edward, hang on. I'll just unmute Edward. Edward's been really engaged. Good on you, Edward.
How's it going, man?
Hey, man.
Right. Here we go.
All right. So I already know the answer to this, but coming from somebody that has the success from doing the actual business, what is your answer to somebody that has said, I don't know enough people?
6.1 billion users daily on Instagram. There's plenty of people out there. Firstly, we meet people every single day, regardless. And sometimes, when we're in our daily grind, when we're in our, I guess, survival mode, we don't pay attention to all of the different things going on around us. So, yeah, you're going to meet people every single day. The people that make you coffee, the people that, serve you in the store. That would probably be the best thing that I'd say to people. And for me, I had a very small friend network and a very big warm market, but I didn't know my warm market. So you've got to it comes back to the mindset work. It really does. It comes back to working through the mindset and just setting the intention that you're going to meet people along the way. I hope that helps, man. I'm sure.
I might just add a little bit in there, Edward. When people come up with that, what I always say is get in their world, right? And what you say is something to this effect is, I know how you feel. I felt the same. But what I found was when I actually looked around, when I checked how many people I knew on Facebook, how many people I have following me on Instagram, how many contacts I have in my phone, like Dylan just said, how many people I come into contact with every day. I mean, if you only knew 5 people, you can guarantee those people know 5 people and those people know 5 people. So exponentially, you know thousands. But seriously, in the beginning, Edward, get in their world, right? Don't start telling them what they should be doing. Just get in their world, understand what the problem is before you start offering solutions. I've found from experience, you get in people's worlds and it's seriously enrolling.
Yes.
But if you start giving them advice before they're enrolled, it doesn't have the same outcome. So get in their world, mate. That's my advice for what it's worth. I hope that answers your question, mate. Cool. Righty ho, guys. Well, look, we've been on a half an hour and we promised half an hour with these guys. I know it's late over there, but really, thank you so much, guys. You guys have been an inspiration, and this is our final interview of the year. We wanted to finish it off with a couple of game changers, and we've certainly done that. So I appreciate everyone that's taken their time to be on this call and to support this incredible community that is Arbonne Inspired Entrepreneurs throughout this year. Next year, we have another round of incredible interviews, and we can't thank everyone that's on here enough for your contribution, particularly Dylan and Matiu for agreeing to come on and share their wisdom. You are going to see these guys walking the stage at GTC 100%. And I want to wish everyone in this group, our Arbonne family, an incredible new year, every success, and let's keep the movement going. It's really exciting because today we hit 3,500 members in this group, which started off with 2. So I'm really proud of what we've been able to achieve, and thanks to everyone that's been involved. We are a collective that's growing in power, and thank you, everyone. I'm going to end it there, and everyone have a safe and incredible festive season, and we're going to look forward to seeing you all next year. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Tony. Cheers, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Cheers, you too, Owen.